afternoon, my fellow grill masters and all my friends out there in Foodland. Welcome to Southern California in my little house here by the beach. Glad you joined me tonight. Tonight I'm doing a double half-jack chicken. What is a double half-jack chicken? It is from the new book. The new book has a chicken. I take a whole chicken and I slice it right down the middle, and then I basically marinate it for a few hours in the following. This is a balsamic vinaigrette mixed with a little bit of hickory sauce, and then I add about a shot and a half of Jack Daniels. That's where you get the other half of the Jack. So it's the double half Jack chicken half. It's cut in half, so it's halved. So as you can see here, it's going to be grilled on the grill in halves, just like that. Okay, and then marinate it with that Jack Daniels, a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette, and a little bit of hickory sauce. So it's more like it's very runny, and a real runny sauce kind of gives you more of a southern style or a South Carolina style type of marinade or sauce. That's kind of how they do it. And so we're going to do that tonight, and this will be applied. The rest of this sauce I poured back into the bottle. It marinated in this deeply. We'll put it on there towards the end, and we're going to be using a mesquite wood. So we're going to mix it up because we got a hickory-based sauce. But because of the balsamic, I want to try it with the mesquite wood. Okay, so the primal side here in this phase, which as we know is Bing and Bang, what we have here is some bell peppers that I've cut up. And we're just putting them on foil. So we're going to load them up on the foil. And then on top of that, I've cut up some baby bok choy. And the baby bok choy will sit on top of that, just like that. And this kind of looks big, but it'll reduce down in size quite a bit as it cooks on the grill in the foil. And then I've got a couple of tomatoes. I got one big tomato, and I just place that around. And that just kind of gives it a little bit of zip and zap, and zip and zap just is basically flavor. Okay, so we got a little zip and zap, and then I put a little bit of olive oil on it. Nothing else is going to go on it except for a little bit of black pepper. Black pepper will stick on top. I've already pre-cut all this stuff, as you can see, but this is a great little side dish. And if you like peppers, this is a red bell pepper, and it's a baby bok choy, and it's a Roma tomato. So that's what we actually are putting together. And you know, as far as the amount of pepper that you put on, that's just a personal preference. Just basically wrap it like that. And we apply it with another piece of foil, like that. And then we crimp the ends. Don't want that oil coming out because it just makes a fire. It makes the fire on the grill. And this will go on in just about the last 12 to 15 minutes of the chicken. Chicken's going to be on about 35-40 minutes. Potatoes, which is next, so that's what we have going. I'll put that on the plate because that's going to go on too. And then the last thing that we're going to do is we are going to do some potatoes. Now these potatoes are from baked potatoes that I used the other night. I had a couple extras. And so what I did is I cut them up like this, really small pieces, and then we just basically put them on the grill, on the side grill, which, as you know, is Grill Bit, is the name of my side grill. A little bit of pepper, just a little bit, and then at the end, what we do is we're going to caramelize it with a little bit of a whipped cream cheese, and that's what this is for. So that'll go on afterwards, and that's the only thing that you do there. So that's pretty simple. We're going to go to the grill. Glad you joined me. The only other thing we'll do is we're going to pair it tonight with a nice little Syrah. So the wine pairing tonight is a Syrah, and a lot of different ways you can go with chicken. But I like something with a little bit of kick, a little bit of spice. So this one here is a really nice little guy for the $10 to $12 price range. It is a Concanon, C-O-N-C-A-N-O-N, Concanon. They have a reserve. It's a little more money. It's more like 25 to 40, depending on where you buy it. This is more of that $10 to $12 price range, and it's really good for the money. So you can get that at your local market. You can also get it at Trader Joe's and a lot of different places. So marinate off and grill responsibly. We'll be grill side here. Here we are, grill side. Welcome to my backyard. And as you can see, I've got a nice log on here. Now what I've done is I've taken a log. A friend of mine has a friend down in Texas that brings up mesquite wood from Texas off his mesquite farm. So he's got 250 acres of just mesquite wood, mesquite trees. And I love mesquite, so he gave me a few logs to throw on the fire, as they say. So you can see this bad boy is smoking. This is a nice piece. This is going to be more than enough for the 40 minutes we'll have this on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to basically take our tongs and we're going to throw this piece of chicken on. And we're going to throw it down like that. Just like that. So they're split in half, as you know. Move that log out of the way. One on each side. I got a burner on each side, so each one will take up a little bit of space. Then towards the end, the last 10 or 15 minutes, we'll throw that on. Right now, we're just going to keep this on a slow burn at about 300, 325 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and turn it down a little bit. And just let that bad boy kind of start cooking. But it's in half, so if it was a whole chicken, it would need to be on the rotisserie, and it still would take probably 2.5 hours. This is, like I said, going to take about 40 minutes, and we should have some really good chicken. The idea is to cook it slow so that it's tender, moist, and flavorful. And those are some important elements when you're talking about, you know, what you want out of the end results. If it's dried out, you might as well go to the store and get some beef jerky, and we don't want that. So what we're doing now is doing a little slow cooking. And boy, that mesquite is kicking it up a few notches. Wow, does that smell good. Man, does that smell good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to clean this plate thoroughly, because that's what we're going to actually carve this chicken with. Okay, this is called the twice half-jacked chicken. Twice half-jacked chicken. All right, so I've got tonight. These have been on about 12 minutes. They're almost finished, my vegetables. And I just finished the last application of sauce on these. They smell amazing. This piece of mesquite is just incredible. We're going to go ahead and move these potatoes around just one more time. They're grilling up real nice. What I do is I roast them. The roasted potatoes. They are fantastic. We are in schmelting phase and just going into delish. Then ready for super dinner phase. So now we're going to take our cream cheese, and like I said, just apply a little bit on top because we just want it to caramelize on top. If you don't like too much fat or too much cheese, you just pull it off, and that's what I normally do. But to make everybody in the household happy, I try to put a little bit of this on top, because otherwise it's too plain. Anyway, so that's what we got going there. That is almost finished. Go in, make sure it's done. Deep into the breast. You always want to go deep into the breast. Make sure, because that's the biggest piece. Make sure it's done. Finished. Wow. Amazing. And moist. Mmm. That is beautiful. Okay, so we're going to close this baby down now. Turn it off. Turn that off. Turn off all propane. Just let it smoke for a minute, and then we are finished. Grill Bit really have done a great job for us tonight. This is the twice half-jacked chicken, and it's going in the new book because it is that good. So marinate off and grill responsibly. Glad you joined me tonight. Chop, sizzle, grill, eat.
Yeah, here come the roosters.